you got to start winning this year. You can't be a top 3 pick team. You got to get out of the top 10. You got to be somewhere around 500. A couple games under, a couple games over, but we got to start seeing some wins.
It is time for the Stanley Cup date, and finally the finals. Right, that's the name of this episode. The It wasn't just basketball that determined their finalists for the trophy. In the Western Conference, Edmonton surrendered the first game to Dallas, but then didn't surrender another one. They win that series 4-1. And then in the Eastern Conference, Florida takes the first 3 games. Carolina is able to stave off elimination for one day, but they're only able to extend it out to a gentleman's sweep. They lose 4-1 to Florida. So now you have Edmonton versus Florida. Um, Wait, how did we get this picture already of them in the, shaking
Yeah.
hands in the? Oh, that's right. It's because it's the exact same matchup as last season. We have a rematch, gentlemen.
I think it's going to be Edmonton this year. But man,
Ugh.
I'm not going to rule out Florida. I think Florida plays gritty and dirty enough to.
They got Brad Marchand. They added some sandpaper, man.
Yeah, man, they play pretty gritty. But I just
I think
think that
Kachuk's kind of dirty as well already. So
I think Edmonton's just really
Matthew
determined
Kachuk.
this year
Matthew.
to break the straw of the camel back on this one. I think Edmonton is coming ready, man. I'm telling you.
Uh, yeah.
It's
I'm
not who
gonna
I
take.
wanted anyways. I wanted the Hurricanes. So
I'm yeah. I mean, the Hurricanes is who I wanted the most, at least for Bernsey to get his name on the trophy on the Stanley Cup. That's not happening though, unfortunately. So I said it last week. I'm forced to cheer for the Eastern Conference team. I wish it wasn't the Panthers, but here we are. Yeah, I'm gonna have the Panthers in 6. That's where I'm going with that. I got the Panthers winning it in 6. They
I got
actually would.
Edmonton in 7.
But why
They
do you hate Edmonton so much, Vince? What'd they do to you?
It's certain players who are on that team. I cannot, under any circumstances, cheer for Corey Perry. I cannot, under any circumstances, cheer for Evander Kane. That's it.
He said this. He said this 2 weeks ago. I'm just getting him
Yeah.
to repeat it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just for the record. Yeah. Uh, so
Hey, you know what though? Maybe Evander Kane will put some money down in the game.
good way to get a perma ban, right? I mean, you'll be banned until you die, at least.
I got 10
hey,
G's
but-
on me.
After
but
that,
maybe-
who knows?
But
After
maybe
that, who knows?
But maybe if Evander Kane gets in the Hall of Fame after dying, after betting on games, maybe they'll put a tribute video and then put an MGM logo billboard right next to his tribute videos, a la Pete Rose.
It'll be like FanDuel. This Hall of Famer is
God,
sponsored by FanDuel.
that's right.
Click here for your free $5 bet.
Oh
The
my god!
greatest of all time, now brought to you by Caesars. You know,
Yeah, but
Oh,
Evander
God.
Kane, click here to get $91 into your account, which is also
Yeah.
Evander Kane's number.
Yeah. Okay. So the Oilers are they have home ice advantage. They'll host games 1, 2, and then if necessary 5 and 7. They'll These games happen on Wednesday and Friday, and then Monday and Thursday they'll be playing in Florida, and then after that,
So yeah, and
After that,
then what I want to tell you guys, because this is my favorite hockey player's name in the whole league of the NHL. The Sharks re-signed Shakir Moukmadulin for a 1 year, 1 million average per year there. But I love saying his name, man. It reminds me of Happy Gilmore and Abdullah Ablangata. Oh no, not Happy Gilmore. Waterboy. I'm
Waterboy.
sorry, Waterboy
Yeah.
and Abdullah Ablangata. That's my guy, Shakir Moukmadulin. That's my guy right there. Good defender. I'm happy he's back here.
yeah,
Vince
he's kind of a younger guy, so
Yeah.
he might be a guy if he has a good year next year. Maybe he's a player you bring back on a longer term deal. I think he got hurt this past season, so I think he missed, a few games at the end of the season, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And to finish what Vince was saying, game one for the Stanley Cup Finals will be Wednesday on June 4th. Then we go to game two on Friday, game three on Monday,
Somebody get
game
Vince a stable internet connection.
Jesus,
yeah,
that's not my fault.
game four on Thursday, and
Evander Kane said, "Cut that mother."
if needed, game five on Saturday, and if needed, game six on the 17th of June. But we'll see. Following the four games there, I love it because Tim is stressing out so much because we've cut out three times now in this episode, me being one of the cutouts here. So I get to see his hair just getting like thinner and thinner because he's like rubbing
His
his hand
hairline
through
is going backward. It's like it's fading.
Pull
It's
it
like a
forward.
convertible.
Do the full Russell Crowe in Gladiator. Just pull it
Yeah.
forward.
Vince, I already talked about
Yeah.
Mook Madulin. So
All right,
you're good
perfect.
to go,
Yeah,
my guy.
yeah. The Sharks just also just wanted to note the Sharks are almost completely locked into whatever picks they have for this draft coming up. They do have obviously the second overall pick. They have Dallas's first round pick. That's going to be number 30 overall. They have their own second round pick, number 33. They have Ottawa's second round pick. That's 53. They have Edmonton's third round pick. That's the only one that's not settled yet. It'll either be number 95 or number 96 overall. And then after that, you have St. Louis's fourth, you have Winnipeg's fourth, you have Colorado's fifth, and you have New Jersey's seventh. So San Jose only has two of their own picks, but they still got plenty of picks in this draft coming up. So, uh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they got a lot of capital. They got a
yeah.
lot of options.
Yeah, they're I don't think they're going to be able to move up to from 2 to 1. I don't think that's possible. The only way it would be possible is to do a really idiotic move that Mike Greer is just not going to do. So,
Yeah.
they're going to either sit tight or if somebody else wants to be an idiot and come up to number 2, he's certainly willing to listen to the offer. You know, he's not hanging up the phone on anybody who's coming to make a deal. But that doesn't mean he's going to actually make the deal. He's,
Yeah.
he's going to hear what they have to say, which is responsible and the smart thing to do. And he's already proven that he's a smart, capable GM. He knows how to tear it down, and he's starting to build it up. And they've got $41 million of cap room. The Sharks
We're gonna be the
name keeps
OKC
getting
of hockey, man. We really are.
yeah, yeah, they're getting their names thrown around a lot for Mitch Marner in articles on a couple of
I don't
different
think that's gonna
sites.
happen
I
just
don't think it's
because
happening
on the
either.
exit interview, Mike Greer was like, I'm not going past like 4 years, 5 years on a contract
Yeah.
because it's gonna
A-
hamstring the salary cap, and
a- Any
he had
contract
to
that's not
tear it
Macklin
down because they were
Celebrini.
stuck.
Yeah,
Like, you had
mhm,
0 movement,
yeah. Brent Burns
and then
is
at some point, if your young guys excel, you're gonna wanna retain Celebrini and Smith and Eklund, like, prioritize your guys. Pay your guys who
exactly.
were draft picks and turn this thing around. Like, I know early in the season, when the regular season was still active, I talked about Mitch Marlin coming to the Sharks just because you want some juice. And I still stand by that. You want some juice coming in. Hopefully he could go out and get a free agent to because you got to start winning this year. You can't be a top 3 pick team. You got to get out of the top 10. You got to be somewhere around 500. A couple games under, a couple games over, but we got to start seeing some wins.
Yeah, I agree. I think that they're probably not making the playoffs next year. But I do want to see them in the hunt. Not eliminated from the playoffs until mid March or so. Like if
Yeah.
there's less than a month left in the season and they're still in the playoff hunt, still hanging around.
Make it interesting. Keep me
Exactly.
interested.
Yeah,
Don't
you
keep
make
me
it
interested
interesting.
because you got Celebrini and maybe, Misa's on the team and, make it interesting because you're a game or 2 out of a playoff spot.
Yeah. I think the priority of this offseason is defense, 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 defense in any retrospect, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're praying to any kind of god that you want that the Islanders will take Misa at the number one pick and Schaefer falls to the Sharks, right? So you're
Yeah.
praying anywhere in the world, but it's got to be, is Dickinson ready? You know what I mean?
I'm just hoping
What
that
free agents
whoever
are
they
ready?
get at number 2 is a Hall of Famer. That's it
That's
doesn't
not a lot
matter.
to ask. It's
It
not a
Hey,
doesn't
lot.
hey,
matter.
Will
Just
Will
give me
Smith
a
was
Hall
a
of
number
Famer.
Will Smith was a number 3 pick. All right, so we can't rule him
4.
out yet
He's number
either. Okay.
4.
Oh yeah, he was 4. Sorry, you can't rule him out yet either. Okay. So
Yeah.
just we'll wait. We got a couple more weeks here for the draft, so it'll be around the corners.